Hello everyone. You're on the Blockchain Media channel. In this video, we'll talk about a factor that also affects the crypto market but is often overlooked. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. So, you can find a lot of information about how regulators from different countries influence the crypto market. SEC, BlackRock, and so on. Biographical films about blockchain companies are coming out, revealing the secrets of cryptocurrency founders, and even the struggles of crypto companies with regulators. When analyzing crypto projects, their investors are often used, and the media reports on the amounts invested in crypto startups. There is a common belief that there is another significant factor influencing the crypto market. It's Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is known as the center of tech startups. Silicon Valley, also known as the Silicon Valley, is part of San Francisco in California. It originally got its name in the 1970s due to the use of silicon in the production of semiconductor devices. Even then, it gained the status of a tech center, and later high-tech companies related to the development and production of computers and software began to emerge there. Some of the country's leading universities are also nearby. The development of the industry led to the creation of innovations and the attraction of funding. Silicon Valley in the U.S. received a third of all venture capital investments made in the States. Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia Capital, and Lightspeed Venture Partners are based there. The GDP of the San Francisco Bay Area, more commonly known as Silicon Valley, is $840 billion. In other words, if this region were a country, it would have the 18th largest economy in the world. More than the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Switzerland, and just a bit less than Turkey and Indonesia. Do you think the tech hub influences the rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies? Let's not dive into the reality of Silicon Valley and return to our topic. The role of Silicon Valley in the crypto ecosystem is huge. It remains a center of innovation, as many, from startups to large tech companies, strive to implement decentralized finance. Thanks to a tech-savvy population and proximity to venture capital, it's practically the perfect environment for blockchain companies. For example, Ripple and Coinbase have their headquarters in Silicon Valley. It has also become home to several cryptocurrency startups, including Kiefertrace, which focuses on blockchain analytics, and the stablecoin issuer MakerDAO.
You've probably heard that social networks like Facebook and Instagram will soon start rewarding their users with money. And maybe we won't have to work, but this phenomenon has been around in crypto for a long time. There are many projects now that distribute airdrops. You can receive an airdrop by being an early user of a platform or project, making transactions, running nodes, or generally any actions in the blockchain. For people, this sounds very complicated, which is why there is a special service called Airdrop Hunter that automates all these processes. It's all painfully simple. You go to Airdrop Hunter, connect your wallet, choose the number of wallets, essentially multiplying yourself, making it seem like there are more of you, and the script does everything for you, performing all the activities that ultimately give you the chance to receive tokens from the projects whose activities you are completing.
In the second quarter of 2024, venture investments in the cryptocurrency sector reached $2.7 billion worldwide. Most of the funds are concentrated in Silicon Valley. With this funding, startups are working on various blockchain-based solutions. Moreover, in some cities, there are Bitcoin-shaped ATMs, and some retailers accept BTC and ETH as payment for everyday goods. California has recently seen the rise in popularity of so-called no-registration casinos. The name makes it clear what they are. So, they have become more popular partly due to the integration with cryptocurrencies. The field of activity is certainly questionable, but the fact that cryptocurrencies are being used and have significant turnover is obvious. The rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies is also supported by small startups in California that are developing applications for managing digital assets and NFTs. Some of them are focused on businesses. That is, they are working on integrating blockchain technologies into companies' business processes. And you could say, they are succeeding. There are now over 1,000 Bitcoin ATMs across California. Major financial institutions have started to specialize in blockchain technology to provide clients with cryptocurrency-related services. such as storage and trading. Various conferences dedicated to blockchain and cryptocurrencies are also held in California, and all of this is alongside the largest venture capital funds. Of course, there are issues with regulation. It is not fully formed yet, but there is an opinion that the attention from Silicon Valley and the cryptocurrency industry could significantly influence regulators' views. Recently, an article by a journalist titled "Silicon Valley, the New Lobbying Monster" was published. The article is quite lengthy. We'll go over the main points related to the crypto market. The article begins by telling how politician Katie Porter learned that a group called Fair Shake plans to spend about $10 million to undermine her campaign. In comparison, Porter spent $30 million on her entire election campaign. It turned out that Fair Shake is a political committee that primarily funds 3 technology companies operating in the cryptocurrency sector. We're skipping the political intrigue. Next, SuperPAC reported in federal documentation that they have raised over $170 million that they can spend on political campaigns. SuperPAC is a political action committee that is not directly affiliated with a candidate's campaign headquarters. The amount they raised is more than any other political committee, including Preserve America, which supports Donald Trump. Again, the information is taken from the article, but according to this article, half of the corporate contributions to political committees are made or collected by individuals who support cryptocurrencies. According to the journalist and his sources, the purpose of such fundraising and manipulations against Porter was to demonstrate the financial power of Silicon Valley and that its leaders are capable of political games to protect their interests. After Porter's defeat, candidates from other states began to speak in support of cryptocurrencies, voting for bills that support cryptocurrencies, and so on. Hardly anyone in the political field expected such actions from a tech hub that seems to be preoccupied with itself. However, as some analysts write, this turn of events was quite predictable. First of all, because Silicon Valley can, meaning it has power from a financial standpoint. Secondly, due to the attitude of some authorities not only towards crypto companies but also towards other entities from Silicon Valley. When you have members of parliament who are afraid that $10 million will be spent on them overnight, Washington's desire to do the right thing quickly fades. She recalls her words. It was an overt political force aimed at influencing Washington's votes. And it worked. A quote from the article. Silicon Valley has become a very influential political force in the U.S. In fact, Wall Street is also a quite influential political structure. There is a suggestion that soon the issues of regulatory legislation in certain areas will not be decided by Congress at all. Funny enough, for a long time many considered California a political backwater, despite its size, financial, and technological significance. However, Silicon Valley companies have also considered themselves disconnected from politics during elections for decades. This lasted until about the mid-2020s. Most residents of the Valley paid little attention to politics. Soon, companies emerged, known as sharing economy firms, such as UAZ, Uber, Airbnb, and TaskRabbit. These companies brought a lot of comfort and convenience to people's lives, but we shouldn't overlook the fact that they disrupted established industries, including transportation, hospitality, and gig work. This is a quote from a journalist. For a long time, politicians believed they had the right to regulate these industries, and as the value of some startups soared into the billions, politicians began to impose demands on them. They felt insulted that companies like Uber refused to comply with even the most modest regulations. Other companies tried to act more conciliatory, but quickly got bogged down in local political disputes and bureaucracy. Misunderstanding politics has become an existential risk, said another senior tech executive. Everyone realized that we would have to engage in politics, whether we like it or not. In 2015, San Francisco itself became the battleground for regulation in the form of Proposition F, an initiative to limit short-term housing rentals, which both sides acknowledged was aimed at Airbnb. The thing is, Proposition F would make it impossible for Airbnb to collaborate with many homeowners, although for some residents, the company is more of a nuisance. But at that time, the internet giant was worth about $25 billion. Let's skip the detailed political nuances. You can read about them in the article. In total, Airbnb spent $8 million on its political campaign. That's about 10 times more than all the supporters of Proposition F spent, combined. Airbnb advocated for an alternative bill. More importantly, they guaranteed San Francisco tens of millions of dollars a year in taxes. When Proposition F was finally put to a vote, it was soundly defeated. By 2020, the fact that any politician was acquainted with Mark Zuckerberg, for example, had a positive impact. The Valley was well disposed toward Biden, but the enthusiasm was short-lived. It ended when the president quickly appointed 3 well-known skeptics in technology. Gary Gensler, Lena Khan, and Jonathan Porter were appointed to leadership positions at the Securities and Exchange Commission, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Antitrust Division of the Department of Justice, respectively. Soon, the government filed a lawsuit or launched an investigation against Google, Ripple, Amazon, Tesla, and dozens of other companies. Some of these lawsuits and investigations were initiated under Trump, but Biden's Securities and Exchange Commission found a specific target in the cryptocurrency industry. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of the cryptocurrency company Ripple, who previously raised funds for Obama, found himself among those facing legal action. He told Bloomberg that the federal government is acting like a bully and tweeted that the Democrats continue to support Gensler's illegal war on cryptocurrencies, undermining the ability of American innovation to thrive. It's no surprise that the Republican Party has declared its pro-cryptocurrency stance. Voters are paying attention. Around the same time, various regulatory bodies warned banks about the risks associated with the cryptocurrency industry. Unfortunately, the politician's stance was validated in 2022 by the well-known exchange FTX. Nevertheless, the sizable venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz raised over $7 billion for investments in cryptocurrency and blockchain. According to the journalist, cryptocurrency stories also attracted a political figure as a consultant. The consultant stated that, just like with Airbnb, what seemed like a crisis was actually an opportunity. Now is not the time to relax. It's important to note that the same consultant who worked on the Airbnb crisis was brought in. It was Liechtenstein. Interestingly, in 2023, Liechtenstein joined the Global Advisory Council of Coinbase. 25 days later, the SEC sued the firm. Liechtenstein established a war room with the main goal of convincing politicians that the political consequences of abandoning cryptocurrency would be extremely painful. It wasn't about explaining how cryptocurrencies work or anything like that. It was about hitting politicians where it hurts the most: re-election. Armstrong clarified this goal at a cryptocurrency conference in 2023. According to him, the aim was to ask candidates, "Are you with us? Are you against us? We will advertise for you or against you." If the work on Airbnb was more of a regional scale, then the cryptocurrency company was of a national scale. And this, of course, is more expensive, which is why Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz donated over $140 million to Fairshake, a cryptocurrency superfund. Executives from other companies contributed millions more. Based on this information, one can assume that the public advertising of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and the like is spreading widely not just to attract more people to use cryptocurrencies. The Federal Reserve stated that in 2023, fewer than 20 million Americans owned cryptocurrencies. Surveys show that for many voters, this issue is not a priority. The company Coinbase began actively promoting survey results indicating that 52 million Americans own cryptocurrencies, and many of them intend to vote to protect their digital wallets. These surveys showed that 60% of cryptocurrency owners are millennials, or members of Generation Z, and 41% are people of color. These are the demographic groups that each party has tried to attract. Thus, the crypto voter was created. Lee Hain also quietly helped launch the advocacy organization Stand with Crypto, which is promoted to 1 million Coinbase customers in the US every time they log in, and urges cryptocurrency owners to reach out to their lawmakers and sign petitions. The group claims to currently have over 1 million members. Let's not forget about Polymarket, a major company in the prediction market where bets are placed on the outcome of the presidential elections, and the bets are made in cryptocurrency. The Stand organization created an online panel that rated U.S. senators and representatives, as well as many of their opponents, reflecting their support for cryptocurrency. If we believe the source of the ratings, they were honest, no rigging or manipulation. But it was also important for the votes to be roughly equal. Since the bill will need to be pushed through Congress, it requires votes from both parties. After Porter's defeat, many politicians who once viewed cryptocurrencies with disdain or hostility suddenly became their fans. In May, 2 months after Porter was ousted, a bill supporting cryptocurrency was brought to a vote in the House of Representatives. Just like Airbnb sought to change the discussion around Proposal F by offering various concessions, tax payments, and data sharing. The crypto industry became an active supporter of seemingly problem-solving new regulations for cryptocurrencies and blockchain. However, critics say that these proposals only benefit the developers themselves. The main dispute between the crypto industry and regulators is whether cryptocurrencies are securities, like Ripple stocks, which are governed by strict investor protection laws, or commodities, like a bushel of corn, which can be sold with little government involvement. In July, Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz from the venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz released a 91-minute video accusing President Biden of weakening America. For people working in the crypto industry, this video garnered huge attention and sparked online support from Elon Musk and other industry titans. What is the current situation between politicians and the crypto industry? You probably already know. Active figures describe it as uncertain, as some coalitions in defense of cryptocurrencies are falling apart. On the other hand, the crypto industry may also be affected by the fact that investments in crypto startups are lagging behind investments in artificial intelligence-related projects. Just a couple of years ago, the crypto industry was poaching specialists from more established traditional tech companies like Google, Amazon, or Ripple. But now this industry is not as attractive to venture investors and entrepreneurs. It's all because AI startups are stealing investors' attention, even from those whose focus was on a specific industry. In addition, incidents involving FTX, Ripple, Binance, and Coinbase are scaring off investors. Many don't want to completely leave Silicon Valley. However, life in the valley is expensive. Andreessen Horowitz, one of the key investors in crypto startups since the emergence of cryptocurrencies, has announced that it will open its first office outside the US in London, where the government is more favorable towards cryptocurrencies. Returning to Silicon Valley, there are two perspectives on the situation. The first is a manifestation of how democracy should work. The second is proof that American governance and legislation are so twisted by money that it's nearly impossible for non-billionaires to promote their ideas. Are you keeping up with the news from Silicon Valley? Write your answers in the comments. Like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Watch more news on our YouTube channel or read them on Telegram. Thank you for watching. This was Blockchain Media.